here, okay? What do you want from us?
How much more do you want from me? And we're back.
Hello, girls. We're back.
And we're back. We're back.
And we're back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Cha-cha-cha. Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Taylor.
And Toya.
This is the Heaux Bag. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite streaming platform and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at _Heaux Bag. That's _HEAUXBAG. Keep up with our shenanigans. Bye.
Bye, Hollywood. And we're back. We're
That was good. Ooh, how my hair look?
All right.
Can I get a camera check? Ooh, okay.
This episode is called The United States of Anxiety.
So I saw that, and I saw that you tweeted it, and I wanted to ask where it came from because I was like, this is on brand.
It is, I heard Charlamagne the God say it.
Charlamagne?
Charlamagne. Well, y'all got some hell of a names on y'all.
Angela Key.
Charlamagne. Charlamagne the God came from you, bud. Appreciate it.
For those of y'all who don't know, is when Webby got on The Breakfast Club and couldn't read the intro.
Read Nathaniel.
Charlamagne. His name is Charlamagne.
Charlamagne.
Angela Gee. That's kind of how I be reading. But you know, I've gotten a little better because I started practicing before I come in. I'll be like, oh, they gonna call on me? Hold on real quick. Twitter news. No. So you said Charlamagne said it.
Yes.
And it was really on brand because if you look at America, we're going through this is including white people. Everybody is just like worried about finances, about global warming, about the economy, about COVID,
monkeypox.
Health. They're worried about,
monkeypox.
We're worried. Everybody's worried about a lot of stuff. And then you throw in the NRA, which we're not going to get heavily into.
Abortion laws.
You know what I'm saying? Like politics. Like, it's just like, what the is going on? And then let's take white people out of it. Black people, we always anxious. Like, it's just like on a gazillion right now. And then even there was a couple kids going viral for committing suicide. Like one specifically, the girl went to Southern University and she had wrote this really long paragraph. And the gist of it was, not to sound insensitive, she caught COVID and failed a couple courses or whatever, and she felt like her life was just falling apart. Aww. And it's really sad that she posted that and then took her life shortly after. And it's like, yo, America is just ghetto. Like, it's
even more sad because saying that America is ghetto is like an understatement, because all of the things that people go through, and we can use, let's say COVID, people that have been in the house for 1 year straight doing what they think they should do because this is what your government, your trusted government, is telling you to do in order to stay safe. And then you have these older people, let's say that population, your baby boomer population, they've been in the house, they're losing friends that are been their lifelong friends. They can't even go to their funeral. Like, all of those different things that generation is going through, then to come
on
out.
top of, and to pause real quick, I was listening to a news segment. They've ran out of savings because
that part,
it's too expensive. They had to go dip further into it. They back in the day, they were expected to live to like 65, 70. Now it's like they're living longer and they don't have enough money here. So yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But then them coming out of that, just COVID, for example, where was the mental health anything set up for them?
It's just not being recognized.
They're coming out of COVID and lost all their damn friends. Maybe even, it's just so many things. Lost their partners. Some were put in facilities that family couldn't visit them for years. Like, my thing is, when all of these different traumatic events happen in America, you get your politicians that come on TV and they say the same damn thing, and everybody takes 21
hopes
seconds
and prayers, thoughts and prayers.
But in the background, it's still some type of political propaganda, you know, that's
Absolutely.
happening, and it's voting time and all this stuff is going on. And it's like, what?
It's crazy. And it's sad to see, to say the least. I think that was just our intro to the title. We didn't even talk about Twitter news and how
Twitter
we're gonna get
news.
into
Look, you can
this.
tell stuff been very heavy.
child.
Before we even get into Twitter news too, we'd like to, I guess, say that our page is back. Please. Thank you guys for sitting with us through this little Instagram crisis.
We didn't need
had.
$300. I'm just letting y'all know.
He was not trying to take your 300 and flip it to 3,000. I promise you. Man, I promise. But for the people that really did stick in there, thank y'all.
We appreciate
y'all. Didn't block us. Y'all just entertained whoever that was in the inbox like SMD, okay?
What do you say? Sad me. Can you borrow me some money? Who is this? Toya?
I'm like, come on. And then they blame me. I'm like, man, y'all got me out here looking like some broke ass.
I was going back to the messages. I was like, that was not Toya, I promise. She don't need 300, and I was going to give it to her if she needed it.
Right. People was really texting me like, but you know what? I appreciate y'all that was like, yeah, girl, just pay me back anytime. I had to divert. Like, no, please don't send that. But anywho, for those that don't know, please go and follow us on Instagram at _HEAUXBAG. We're also on TikTok, and Twitter. Same handle. I don't know about TikTok. What's our TikTok?
Yeah, just we'll get there.
Twitter and YouTube and Instagram for now, y'all. So in Twitter news, I found this tweet really funny because it reminds me of myself. And it says, once I get my anxiety under control, I'm going to have so much time to focus on other things like eating cheese and being depressed. It's, you know, in this brain of mine, I think I've finally diagnosed myself with ADHD because the more videos and stuff that I watch, you know, everybody's learning things on like TikTok and Instagram and all of that through other people's experiences. And
now, John, if you knock this goddamn TV over and this camera.
My bad, y'all. Production is in here doing a lot. You might as well. You should have just walked through the camera at this point.
I wish I would have had the camera to just turn it. You know when you see a kid doing some shit and you be like,
and out of my peripheral, I'm just trying to talk like, man.
Well, I saw you looking and I was like, I see me looking. I said, nah, come on now. I'm sorry. Okay.
But the way my brain is set up, right? I think I really have like ADHD because I'm following all these other people with, and I'm like, oh my God, like I really do that. And then when it comes to anxiety, I didn't realize I had anxiety until I think it wasn't too long ago when I told you like, oh my God, Taylor, like I'm freaking depressed.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've never felt depression. I couldn't even relate to it because I was always this positive, happy person. But now I really think I have high functioning depression. Like I do so many things to keep my mind off of just sitting down and focusing on my feelings and what's going on in that moment that it's like, woo, when you really sit down with your own thoughts, which a lot of people did during COVID because you didn't have anything else to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're actually sitting there with your husband or your wife and you like, damn, I really don't like you.
Nigga.
But I'm always at work. And now's the time I'm like,
You know, I realized that being pregnant because I can't go out and smoke weed or drink or whatever, and I can't just deflect and go hang out. So I'm like, dang, everybody will be like, why are you up at 3 a.m, 4 a.m, 5 a.m? I don't sleep because I'm just up overthinking everything. And so when I saw the title United States of Anxiety, I was like, I'm like most people, but the difference is I self-medicate. Nigga, boy, y'all, John about to bust his ass and knock all these cameras over, and there ain't gonna be no more guild. We're gonna be recording from our cell phones. But no, I'm sorry. Again, I can't pay attention. So, like you said, high functioning ADHD and stuff like that. But no, I realized it now, and I was like, dang, what am I gonna do as a parent? Because it's like I got to sit here with these thoughts, and I got to make sure that this kid isn't stressed out and stuff like that. And then like on top, I'm glad I have a partner that I'm going through this with. But like a lot of people, I think if I had to be by myself, I would have been like, oh my gosh, like I'm alone, or I don't at least even have a kid or like a mom or a dad to call and stuff like that. Or you really notice it around the holidays because we've spent the last couple of holidays together. When you're by yourself and it's like watching everybody else have, I'm with my, family for whatever holiday. And we just like, well, we're here. We got each other, girl.
Right. And then I think people don't understand too. I seen something else on Twitter. I'll mention it later. But it was kind of talking about having, it's another type of anxiety where it's like, I think it's social anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you are always constantly thinking of what other people think. So although you love people, and now I want to find the tweet, but
while you're looking for that, I will say this. I had a baby shower recently. I was so happy when everyone went home. Just because I haven't had to deal with people as a sober person. So being there, I was like, oh, dang, we got to play some games. Oh, dang, we got to get some more entertainment. Make sure, like, I was like sitting there like, oh, crap. Like, I need Toya to step in on my behalf because I don't know what to do with all these people here. Like, these are my friends, but at the same time, I don't want to have to deal with all of them individually. It was a lot. And you're right, social anxiety. People think like we're people, which we are, but sometimes we're not.
Found it, and I think this sums it up. This person, I don't know if I think it's a girl or guy. I don't know. Him, he, she, they, I don't know who it is. Having social anxiety, but also being a person who loves to talk to people and meet new people, just loves people in general. It can be very, very annoying. It's like being allergic to puppies, but just absolutely loving puppies. And then you get a puppy and then you get 5. And now you're living in a house with 5 dogs and constantly itching and sneezing, but you can't give them up because now you love them and they got nicknames and shit.
Facts.
You love people. You love being around them, but it's also like, all right, about time y'all got up out of here.
It is funny. I think about how when we first started Heaux Bag, we were like, oh, we want people to know our name. And then we started going out and people would be just staring, oh, that's the Heaux Bag. And
it was like, how do you know me?
Right. But now we'd be like, okay, you gonna stop looking at us? Like, we just came here to enjoy ourselves. Not saying that we hot shit and all that
dance,
stuff.
And that's
it. Like, I'm not trying to be judged or whatever. But no, to transition away from what I was saying, not to transition to from what I was saying about like being on social media, I see a lot of people going, oh, I'm 30, I'm not married. Oh, I haven't had a baby yet. And I'm sitting up here like, that shit cool and all, but that's also work. That's also going to cause more levels of anxiety if you're not ready to deal with it. That's an expense that we're not ready to handle right now because let me tell y'all something. This recession, had I known what I knew, I would have used a condom. Because it's just so expensive right now. Like kids have always been expensive, but like thinking about housing a kid and all this stuff, like if you've already been doing it, I think you can adjust to it. But like just coming into it is just a very overwhelming situation. And so seeing it on social media is because people making, I got me a $400,000 house. I'm like, goddamn.
That reminds me of, I'm on my period and I use Tampax. Woo, I'm time of my life on my period.
And the white pants.
Period ain't nothing like that. I be having to cover over my head praying and hoping the wrong person say the right thing so I can cuss their ass out. And I'm hungry. And
all the niggas said was good morning, beautiful. Fuck you.
Right. What's so goddamn good about it?
But you know what? Sorry. So to say, not sorry. I need to stop apologizing about everything. So I saw this thing. So we were talking about, we had this clip. Somebody posted a clip of us saying marriage ain't what it used to be and all this stuff. And like people pretend looked happy. And then I saw this crazy ass clip. And somebody said, makes no sense. Makes no difference anyways. I'm paraphrasing because Nick can't type. They stayed together. Marriage is not about happiness. Hell, life is not about happiness. And so into our anxiety episode, why the fuck would you just want to go through life miserable?
Yeah.
Why?
Do y'all not like the people y'all date?
Y'all not like
just
life?
Wondering. Or like life? Like, I think and I always say I'll never debate opinions because opinions are not facts. And your opinions are based off of your reality. So you can never go back and forth with me about anything that I feel because that's what I feel. Mm-hmm. And I may feel like it today, but I may not feel like it tomorrow. And that's called change. That's life. That's evolution. But if you're getting married, I think it had to have been something about that other person that made you want to do this supposed to be lifelong commitment in the first place. They're supposed to be your safe place. They're supposed to make you happy in some form or fashion, whether it be monetarily, whether it be they look good, something about them made you happy. So for you to say marriage is not about happiness, hell, life isn't about happiness. I don't know who pissed in your Cheerios, but my life is very happy because a lot of shit can be worse. So that's why your marriage is probably in some shit now because you have that dumbass mind frame. Like, that's your reality.
That's one of those people that wake up and just goes to work and goes through the motion. And is like, I'm just gonna do every day. But it also reminds me of that song Jagged Edge that we ain't getting no younger, you might as well do it. Nigga, if you ever feel that way about me, just go ahead and go on the other way. Because I want you to be happy. Yes, I might piss you off sometimes, but I want the happiness to outweigh the cons. The pros outweigh the cons when you were thinking about being with me or any person that you're dealing with. Toya, I have this question. Why do people feel like they need to be married and it's not, they feel like they can't be single and be happy? Because I think being single is purely happiness. You get to do what the fuck you want, when you want, say what you want. And then having that other person is an addition to your happiness. Why do people like?
Well, you know, I just binge watched last night Love on the Spectrum. Shout out to Netflix.
Okay.
That was a dope series. Like that was really, if you watch that you got some time.
I'm gonna tune into it.
And one of the guys on there, so like, if you don't know what on the spectrum means, like majority of them have autism. And they can't find somebody to be in love with. They can't find anybody that accepts them for who they are. So they're lonely. They have everything they want in life.
Time out. When you said spectrum, I thought of a rainbow.
Oh, no. Love on the spectrum, meaning they're autistic. Okay. One of the guys that was autistic was like 68 or somewhere, or 64 or something like that. And he never, ever, 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 ever found love. And now that he's getting older, he's like, man, this sucks. He was like, I have money, I have everything, but I don't want to die alone. Oh. So I think when you think about it from that perspective, and it's like, damn, I think everybody wants somebody to be able to come home to and talk things out with, and you tell me things and you're my diary and stuff like that. So I think if people just go back to actually liking people for a reason instead of trying to say, who eats first? And like, come on, bro, just like me for me and I like you for you, and then we just date and then we get married and you know.
Do we not feel like we could find somebody like that in our 40s and 50s? Everybody's like, oh, it's too late.
I believe
by
you
then.
can, because there's hell. My father was married 3 times, so
I agree. And right. So to my point, people are turning 29 and a half and going, oh, I got this clock. I'm not married and I'm not having, this, and like life is over, and they're really like going on to depressive medication, which I think y'all should go to therapy, but going to therapy and just, what am I doing wrong? And over analyzing every situation. Oh, that one time I was chewing gum with my mouth open, like he thought I was a cow or something like that. And it's like, honey, calm down. Like, one, that wasn't a nigga for you. 2, we got two people who are overthinking some stuff, thinking life is over at 30, when life really just begins at 30. Your 20s are for you to go in and fuck up and figure out who you are. And then, this is my opinion, it's not a fact. If you believe life ends at 21, that's you.
Right.
But from my experience, like, you don't really get to know yourself, as we mentioned several times, until you're around 30. So even then, if you're getting to know yourself and fall in love with yourself at 40 and you find the one, you won't have to be 68 by yourself, because you still took that time.
I think so too, but we've had a conversation before on one of these episodes where we talked about people that are pressuring you too. So when you're the only sibling that's not married, when you're the only sibling with no kids, and everybody's pressuring, when am I going to get a grandbaby? Oh, I just can't wait. I'll be able to die whenever I get to see my grandbaby and blah. And it's like, well, damn, now you're making me feel, and I hope somebody takes from this a piece of something. Please stop doing that to women. You don't know what women are going through internally. You don't even know if they can have babies, and it's not none of your business for somebody to tell you, hey, asshole, I went to the doctor and I can't have babies. But no, every time I come to Thanksgiving, the whole family saying, oh, when you gonna have a baby? Mm-hmm. So it maybe would invalidate me as a woman, when the one thing I probably should do as a woman, I can't.
And if that's if you want to.
But we're talking about from a perspective of women that are saying they feel worthless because they can't. Yeah. That sucks.
It really is. Y'all got to stop peer pressuring people and get it out of people's business, because y'all aren't paying for these kids.
Absolutely.
They need shoes, they grow, they need food, they need their hair done. Yes, the grooming is a part of raising a child.
Surely
they need to have entertainment, they need to have education. They need all these things that cost money that nobody wants to pour into. Oh, that's just adulting. No, making poor financial decisions is not adulting. That is just dumb shit. If you can't afford it, and then people, I'm sorry, now I'm going to go on an abortion. They really want you to have these kids, but they don't want to give you a stimulus check when you're pregnant because it doesn't count. But when you kill the kid, then kill the fetus, then it's murder. Make up your mind. What y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna fund it or not? Because the cost of living ain't giving what it used to give. So all the parents, all the politicians, and everybody in women's business, shut the fuck up. Green light, please. I've been waiting on that.
It don't make sense. I think America right now, it's so, and it gives you anxiety too, especially if I were pregnant right now. And this is hopefully not to say nothing to make you even more anxious.
I'm anxious as fuck.
But I mean, look at everything right now in the state of America, and you bringing a baby into this world, and it really just makes you think, oh my God, I can only imagine what this baby is going to go through throughout life. The things that we've seen, me being 32, hell, I've watched a freaking TV with a big booty in the back, all the way up to a freaking iPad, all the way up to, my grandparents experienced racism from a no colors allowed sink.
And we thought that was
all
ancient.
the way up until now. So imagine what this baby is going to go through. I can only imagine.
I tell you, every day I go, not every day, I slow down, but I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, not in a regretful way, but more so like,
scary.
I feel bad because one, global warming, it's hotter than it used to. Y'all remember that meme going around, this ain't the same sun? It's not the same sun. The cost of living, again, I'm getting on that because we're headed towards a recession right now because Biden keeps sending all the money to fucking Ukraine and not pouring back into us. Kids can't even go outside and play like they used to because we have to worry. They're taking active shooter drills in school right now. I didn't have to worry about stuff like that.
I think the most we worried about was like tornado drills or something.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, we worried about natural disasters. Of course, racism is the same as it's always been. We just... I don't know. It's what is this kid gonna grow up into? And then the whole, I'm sorry, I live in Texas, so I'm a little confused with the whole the pronouns and shit like that. I gotta learn I
just told my friend I couldn't be no teacher right now. And this is not to sound insensitive, but I literally, were you sitting there when I was like, how do you even address your classroom anymore? Hey, y'all. Howdy there, folks.
In Texas, it's okay to say, hey, kids.
Hey, kittens. And like, what?
What if they identify as adults?
That's what I'm saying. Everything hurts everybody's feelings now. So it's just like, what's up? I don't even know what I would say.
I can't even say people because you don't call them.
Like, I don't identify with that. You know what? I quit.
And then on top
I'm just here to teach. I'm not here to get into, and I feel like that is political to me. When it comes to all of this him, he, she, say, her, that to me identifies with, look, whatever you identify with before you walk into the class, and this is, I promise you, not for me to say, I do get it. But I feel like you're putting too much on teachers to understand something that they ain't getting paid to understand. Them teachers are getting paid to teach your kids algebra, something like that. Not pronouns and everything else. You don't call me no nigger. I'm not gonna call you a she. Cool. Don't call me shit. I'm gonna call you by your name, and that's what we gonna identify with each other as.
The fact that your spectrum went from a racial slur to a regular pronoun is just crazy, bizarre, right? To me that those are even in the same sentence. It's ridiculous. And let's talk time out. Let's take a moment to thank our teachers, because I saw a meme today. There was a shooting in Uvalde, and the police actually went in to grab their children first, and then left, took them home, and then came back to tackle the shooter.
To do absolutely nothing.
And the teachers sacrificed their lives for these, it was what, 2 teachers sacrificed their lives for their kids. And so, not to get emotional, but let's shout out to the teachers, because you guys are put in these situations to where kids want to fight you, curse you out, and you're literally, your freedom is at stake, because you can go to jail. You could lose your job, your livelihood. You could lose your life nowadays fucking with these kids and their opinions and their
lies.
Whatever.
He tried to touch me, or she tried to do this, and
So shout out to the teachers for that. I'm not going to say anything else about police, but that was pretty fucked up if you're supposed to go in there and defend these kids.
Because Biden, this man here, I think you had reposted something that a dude on Twitter had put, and it was something like, Biden, there have been 3,000 lives lost. Biden, this is going on and it's terrible in the United States. Biden, man, all these active shooters, and there's been this and this and this going on in the United States. Biden, well, let's send $390 billion to Ukraine. What? Come again?
Someone said he's just gonna forget he sent it and send some more money next week.
Yeah. And the more videos I watch about, now I will say this, I always knew before Biden got voted into office, he was too damn old. That's the problem. Just a lot of, and this has nothing to do with ageism, but the older you get, sometimes you're not as sharp as you should be. Mm-hmm. So just like with, police brutality and all that, I do think they need to be having maybe yearly, if not maybe a little more time than that, but like to where you have some type of competency test.
Oh, absolutely.
You make nurses do it. You make doctors do it to keep their licensing. You mean to tell me a politician can just be in office forever and that just be it?
Yeah, they can. At this moment, it's really discouraging, especially knowing that the Supreme Court, you got people like Amy and Brett on the, again, I'm going to get away from politics, but you got their stupid asses on here making these decisions for the next, until they die? Years? 20, 30, 50 years? And it's really crazy and bizarre to me, but I'm going to get away. And that does cause me anxiety because back when Trump was getting elected, so Trump was running, people were like, okay, we got to be careful, who gets in office because the next person in this office is going to select the open seat for the Supreme Court nominee, and that's going to change the way history has been going. And now we see that abortion is up in the air on top of all these other shit going on. And so it has given a lot of us anxiety, just having to pick a side. And then if you're going to opt out of politics, you're just kind of stuck here dealing with the bullshit that's going on. And so I honestly, y'all know what? I've been looking at moving to another country. I will say, I would probably have to give up my livelihood. I'm okay with that. As long as I ain't got to deal with this bullshit right here, I'd rather just be happy getting by on the bare minimum, eating some banana and plantains and going on by that's me though.
Let me read this tweet that I saw earlier. And it says, I don't know how much longer I can live in the United States. The shootings and the anxiety and the racism and the high cost of childcare and healthcare and ... And somebody replied to that and said, conversation around the dinner table tonight was about which countries we want to move to so that my 6-year-old will have a better chance of surviving past his teens.
Time out. What color was that man? What was his last name?
Hell, I don't know.
It wasn't American.
It could have been Allison M. Desire, Desir. And actually, the Abby
response
says, oh, yeah. But, okay, so I think the initial person was black. And the person responding was like Indian or something. So either way, I understand where probably another person like that is coming from too. Because when 9/11 came, look at how white people was acting.
But what I'm saying is, I get that, but this is stuff we go through every goddamn day as Black people. We've been going through it since before we got here, but since before this kid got here.
Yeah.
So it's like when they see it happening to their kids, it's like, oh my gosh, the people are crazy out here. But when it's been happening to our kids, it's nothing as long as they don't have to talk about it in school and CRT and all that shit.
What did he say? What did Roland Wills say? It could have been worse. And then he had to turn around and retract that statement real fast. They was on your ass, wasn't they?
I bet. Shout out to Beto for coming up here and checking this nigga.
Yeah, and then I seen people say that Beto was just being not dramatic, but he was being I can't think of the word, performative. I wouldn't give a damn.
Somebody had to do it.
That's what Abbott was doing. Abbott was sitting right up there putting on a damn show. He did not give a damn. He gave zero F words about what was going on. And I say that because, like you said, nobody cares unless it's their damn kids. The same way all them officers put themselves on the front line was only because they had kids in there. You seen they didn't go back for the other kids. One of the little kids had to put blood on themselves and play dead after. And then now let's get back into anxiety. You have 6 and 7-year-old kids that just had to be experiencing something as traumatizing as this. And you know what America's going to expect them to do? Pick themselves up by their bootstraps and carry their ass on into the next grade.
You know what the crazy?
Without no type of psychological nothing.
Had they been white kids, I'm going to say this on here. Please don't cancel me. And if you do, fuck you. Had they been white kids, they would have had all the help, all the resources to get there. But because these are brown kids, they're going to be like, oh, okay, all right, little Crystalina, whatever their name is. Excuse me, not being racist. And they're going to tell them to just get over it and move on. Like they tell the rest of everybody else who is a non-white person who doesn't have political ties.
It's shown all the time when somebody kills somebody. I know whether they was black or not if they survived.
Absolutely. They shot Salvador on site.
They weren't carrying them nicely to the car to take them to jail and give them their proper, no, it's just on site. Shoot first, ask questions later.
You know what I learned from this? Because I'm going to try to bring this back around. If you're not white and you're going to go out and do a crime like this, you better go all the fucking way out. Like, go out with fireworks.
Like Queen Latifah on Set It Off.
You do it because guess what? You're going to die anyway. So make sure it better be like, hey, you better have a video saying, got you bitches, something. to be like, you know what? Because
why y'all don't never shoot up Sally Mae? Why y'all don't do something to help everybody? Damn. Shit. Crash the stock market. Do some shit that we all care about. This supposed to be the United States of America. It's feeling real ununited with a lot of these damn... y'all ain't the right type of criminals for me.
Nah, for real. You know what?
Scammers, tap in. Can all the scammers please tap in? Come to the dance floor. I need all y'all to come together and make something happen. Delete all the damn credit.
If you're going to do a crime... think about the rest of us. Just stop thinking about yourself. But make it worth everybody's while because we are everybody's time because we are rooting for you.
We're rooting for you. Just look, I seen this dude, and I think it was in Philly, and the dude was literally on foot running from the police. I mean, it was people outside. He was black, and everybody was black outside, right? So the dude running from the police busts the corner. The police car is running after him, but the dude turns around and runs and sits down with the homeless people and puts on a blanket, and the police ride right past him. Nobody said a word because we was rooting for him.
That's the unity I'm looking for.
That's what we need. That's the United States of America I know. That's how united we need to be. Shit, not this little, I don't know what this, I don't even understand why. I feel bad. I'm going to say this.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I feel bad for the mom of the shooter for one reason. Because when it comes to languages, they don't translate in the same tone and they don't translate to the exact same words. So it's real fucked up of the media to take what that shooter's mother said and translate it into as if she was saying, hey guys, I want you guys to pray for my son or something like that.
She said, don't be mad at him. Don't hold him accountable or some shit like that.
She said something along those lines, but they didn't translate the same in English. So it's so fucked up that the government, and y'all like, it's like, y'all know, media, y'all know what y'all be doing. But I'm so glad that, you understand media and production. I understand it to the most part because, I'm reading and I'm just like, boy, y'all knew what y'all was doing.
As I was watching that, I was like, because they had a white lady's voice translating. I said, she ain't say that. And
if she did, she ain't mean it like that. She didn't mean it
verbatim. Like whoever translated it didn't do it right. So I just kind of tuned it out because the lady also came back and said, blame me. And so I knew and I just kind of tuned it out.
Yeah.
But and this is going to sound fucked up. I think I was triggered equally because one, the babies, like that's horrible. Two, I was like, last week they carried this motherfucker out who had a manifesto about killing niggas. But then this Hispanic guy goes, and the first thing they do is expose his identity, say he was an immigrant, illegal, and they bring his mama who can't speak Spanish out. And so I had to just kind of go, you know what?
The differences.
Yes, somebody who first of all, both them shooters should be dead. Secondly, it was fucked up that the brown person got killed on sight. Well, an hour later, I'm sorry. Yeah. And the white man is going, and he's not even facing the highest count of charges that he could face. So I'm just, it's.
This is the United States of anxiety we talking about.
Child. Ooh.
And then, everybody is just expected to go to work, go to school, put on this, hi, thanks for calling T-Mobile, and act like nothing's going on, when in all reality, we're in shambles. We should be sad. If everybody's just walking around smiling and acting like nothing is going on, something's wrong with you in the head. Because everything is not good right now. Even if you don't feel for the other person, everything still ain't right. It's something that's fucked up right now. And I'm not saying to dwell on it and make that about your whole life right now, but I think the most united shit we can say is that we all are experiencing something.
I used to work in healthcare, and we used to work around a lot of nurses and a lot of Filipinos specifically, and a lot of them were heavy Republicans and always trying to side with white people. So remember that one week when it was like a black person was getting killed every week that summer. And so then there was a guy that was in Dallas and he killed 3 police officers. You remember that?
No, hell, it's too many.
So he killed 3 police officers. So every week there was black people dying. So I come into work and nobody won't say nothing. As soon as the police officer dies, man, fuck that son of a bitch out here. He was a veteran. He don't deserve to die with honor. Da 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 da. And I'm like, dog, I've been black in this office for the last 6 months. Y'all ain't said shit to me. But I got to sit up here and side with the black person that y'all don't like, the black person that killed a police officer. The police officer is just another person to me. Like I'm seeing my people getting killed. Our people that look like me get killed on TV every day, and y'all don't want to talk about it. And so I was just like, at that point, I was like, I'm never again walking in and belittling myself and my feelings in an office space to where they're not even acknowledging, hey, Taylor, how are you feeling? I'm feeling fucking depressed right now.
Thanks for asking.
And so now it's also crazy because last week the Buffalo thing happened. So I got in a chat. We have a black chat at my job, and everybody was like, "Oh, I feel da 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 da." White people ain't say nothing. Then these kids happen. Oh man, I feel bad. I don't even want to send my kids to school. Da da da. And I'm like, if you're not gonna comment on black people, I don't want to hear shit about these kids either. Let's talk about it all the same. It's very depressing.
It is very depressing. It's like, and then in the midst of everything, let's just sprinkle a little racism on top.
Oh,
like that's crazy. That's crazy.
Y'all, we took this. We said we weren't gonna go into this, but I'm glad we did because it was heavy, and I'm glad we talked about it because anxiety is at an all-time high, and it probably, I wonder if it was like that before. Depression. Do you think it was like that before? Or do you think that the media influences it because now that you're getting a dose, you're getting it all the time coming at you?
Yeah, I definitely, I 100% believe that social media intensifies everything and also makes us numb to everything. So we'll never be able to properly grieve anything because we digest it in such big doses.
Facts.
We literally can get online and see somebody get slaughtered like a cow.
What was that kid named Junior? When they it was in Brooklyn or the Bronx or something like that. Those Hispanic Dominicans, they caught the wrong kid and they took machetes and they sliced him up and they recorded it and they posted it all over the internet. And I think I had to deactivate my Instagram for like a month because I was like, I can't subscribe to this. This is not normal to just sit up there and take in this information. It's very depressing. And so like you said, you can literally, some people, kids who are your daughter's age are seeing this and it's desensitizing them.
I can only imagine by the time these babies are like 18.
Ain't nothing gonna matter to them.
Nothing. That's why nothing phases they ass now that I think about it. Because they bad as hell. They don't want to work. But it makes sense though, because everybody's saying, man, these millennials are something else and these Generation Z or whatever.
Z is something else. They don't give a fuck.
But I get it. Why would I give a fuck either if all I see, this is giving firsthand why they shouldn't give a damn. They see why they shouldn't give a damn. I like it. I do too.
It though.
I love the rebellion in them. And one thing that I always try to remind older people, especially the baby boomer era, they always trying to say, oh, y'all just don't understand and y'all don't know nothing and y'all da-da-da. You know what? No, we do know. We know enough to know that I'm not finna keep clocking in and out to nobody's goddamn clock if I don't want to.
When I can the hell out.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna. And the best part about a lot of these other countries is that they exercise that as a people. Oh, we don't, what? Gas keep rising. Fuck it. None of us are going to work. None of us are driving. And we're going to strike in the streets. We ain't finna pray. We ain't finna do no chanting. We finna burn some shit down. And them as a people is how they run the government. The government don't run them. But that's, anywho.
I'm going to look into that because I wonder, do they get evicted? I think our biggest concern is I literally won't have a roof over my head.
If everybody's doing it, the landlord y'all landlords will suffer more than anybody else. We'll sleep in the streets.
But think about when the economy fell back in 2008 and you were driving. I don't know. It was bad up and down in Texas, but it was worse in like Ohio and stuff like that. You just drive and you see houses boarded up. And it's like, well, where are they putting the people at? People need a place to sleep.
Well, again, if we started acting like these other countries and just maybe take some of this, eat some of this humble pie and sleep on the street, they're eventually going to need us more than we need them.
Facts. I would give up.
All came together as a people, though. I'm not talking about 20, 30, 45 people. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about everybody. Fuck the system. Fuck this. Fuck that. Let's all come together. Let's burn this shit down. You can't lock us all up because we'll beat y'all ass if we all came together as a people.
But we can't do that.
We overpower the police. We overpower the politicians. We overpower everybody in numbers if we all came together. I'm not talking about Tom and Tank saying, I'm a police are the citizen. I'll beat you up. Boy, I seen this white lady do that shit. Did you see her in the street? She jumped out of her car and went like this.
With her hands?
In front of a vehicle. I will run your bitch ass over if you ever, I don't give a damn who you are. Don't you jump your stupid ass out in front of my car and think I'm not finna run you over. Because now we both going to jail. Are you going somewhere on a stretcher and I'm going to jail? Because you shouldn't have did that. She's looked at as a fucking hero. What? You should be put in a fucking insane.
Your crazy ass.
Oh, I think that's our time.
All right. Well, this was a very good conversation. I do want to say this is my last episode.
Kind of, sort of.
Well, this is my last recording. Some of these things are pre-recorded. You'll pick up on that.
It's time for her to rest, y'all. She don't want to rest. She want to go live from pushing. I do want to get the cameraman in there but you know, whatever. Y'all ain't gonna do it. But anywho, it's my last recording, and so you were in excellent hands, the funniest nigga you know. And then we have some lovely ladies who will be here on our behalf or my behalf. Lovely people, days. I don't know what they want to be called. I don't know what it wants to be called. Right. We're just trying to respect everybody. Everybody love everybody.
We got some lovely motherfucking replacements coming. Exactly. And yeah, y'all respect them just the same way. Y'all behave. I feel like a teacher that's going out on vacation.
Right. Now when I come back, when are you coming back? You don't know yet?
You knowing me, I would come back after I got out the hospital. So we'll Zoom worst case scenario, but I'm gonna be back because I love it here.
Because she got some shit to say.
And I've been feeling real like, damn, I want to get on the mic real bad. And I love it. I told you, the day I don't love it no more, I'm not going to do it anymore.
Whole tip. My whole tip. You know, whenever you feel like you don't agree with somebody online, whenever you feel like things are just getting too much online, it's just too much to watch, too much to take in, too much to whatever. There is something that I don't know a lot of people know of, but it's called log out.
That was my whole tip.
That's pretty
log
simple.
off.
And if you don't know how to just post and go, there's a lot of these little places you can hire people for like $25 a week or however much, and they'll post for you.
There's an app.
There's apps. There's so many things available there to where you don't have to feel like somebody has a gun to the back of your head saying, scroll, nigga, scroll. There's my whole tip.
And I guess I'll just piggyback off of that. You not only log out, sometimes you could just turn off the TV, turn off the radio, take your ass outside and go for a walk. Like,
go touch some grass.
Touch some grass. Literally. Like, at first when you kept tweeting that, I was like, what does that mean? And then I'm dilating now. And I've been like, let me go outside, take my shoes off and just put it on the damn grass. And it relieves so much anxiety.
Literally, like, touch grass is what I mean. Yeah, go touch grass.
It's scientifically proven that when you touch a tree, this sound crazy, oxytocin is released and it makes you feel better. So y'all log the fuck off, turn your TV off, turn your phone off, and just go outside. Like, hell, turn this off. Why you still here?
I know, but be back next Tuesday. We'll see you then. And on that note,
bye.